is visible or vocal about this at all right now.
Where are you at, Marco
And if
Rubio?
you're going to talk about the deal being misrepresented,
Yeah. So a couple of opinion pieces today suggesting that Vance is being set up, Camille. The Washington Post says, good luck, JD Vance. I sense a setup. The Bulwark says JD Vance is being set up as the Iran deal fall guy. I even saw our friend of the show, Batia, saying this kind of seems a little bit like the Kamala Harris, you're in charge of the southern border moment. Is he being set up, you think?
I just left Batia about 20 minutes ago, or however long ago we started this. And she said pretty much the same thing to me. Listening to Ben talk there about Hillbilly Obama and you making that connection between the title of JD's book and what Ben said, it's a bit like trying to decode rap lyrics, like the beef here. And it's hard to ignore the parallels to Kamala Harris being sent out at the border czar to actually try and talk about what is likely the most unpopular issue for the president at that time. And JD Vance doing something very similar while almost no one else from the administration is visible or vocal about this at all right now.
Where are you at, Marco
And if
Rubio?
you're going to talk about the deal being misrepresented, it's easy to misrepresent a deal that no one has actually seen.
They refuse to.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Him saying the propaganda piece and how people are choosing to believe Iranian propaganda. Okay, well, there's a very easy way to dispute that.
Release the deal.
And I think that the reason that he is being put up as a fall guy, as my employer, the Bulwark, said it recently today, is because 64% of Americans believe that Trump made the wrong choice to launch this war with Iran, according to a new New York Times Siena poll. And now it seems that JD is the guy stuck trying to sell this to the American people. But the thing is that JD is trying to distance himself. We've seen in reporting how there have been leaked reports about how he was the one in the Situation Room telling Trump, hey, I don't think this is a good idea, but I will support you. And I know how that works. There is someone clearly in his camp who is leaking that to a reporter. So that way he can set himself up for a 2028 run and show, hey, I was actually pushing back on this. I warned the president, but he also has to toe a line and stand by the president and his decision, something that Kamala Harris did not do very well. I don't think that she positioned herself well enough when it came to something like the border by creating that distance between her and Biden. She wasn't really willing to criticize him. And it seems like we're seeing JD Vance start to lay the groundwork for that.
Well, so Ben Shapiro says in the Wall Street Journal, the American people don't like war. They like even less losing wars. If this deal is perceived as an American loss and the vice president brokered that deal, then the political consequences will be significant. Now, I actually have to say, not even sure that you can blame JD Vance for brokering the deal. However, he's been pretty vocal that he wants to see this war come to an end. He didn't want to see the war in the first place. He wants to see the war come to an end. That might be an okay thing if this president hadn't made the case that being sort of a fighter was the whole point, that we were going to win, not because we conceded, but because we bombed the crap out of them. And if it looks like we conceded, that seems to be the opposite of what Trump is trying to sell to his supporters.